Now, this is lecture number 5, paper EL 6501, unit 4. This is in syllabus of CIA 2 exam. We are discussing about the diac. We are discussing about the diac. What is diac? So, the diac is a two-terminal, three-layer bidirectional device. Diac is a two-terminal, three-layer and bidirectional device, which can be switched from its off state to on state for either polarity of applied voltage. That means in both the polarity it is switched on and switched off. The basic construction of the diac is looks like this. This is the structure, and in this structure there is a P and P, one terminal here, second terminal here. This is the basic construction. The symbol of the diac, symbol of the diac, in triac there are three terminals, in diac there are two terminals. This is the symbol of diac. Only two terminal. This is our three layer. The diac can be constructed in either NPN or PNP. Here this is our PNP diac. This figure shows the basic structure of PNP diac. The two leads are connected to P region of the silicon separated by an N region. The structure of the diac is very much similar to that of a transistor. However, there are several important differences. The difference between the transistor and diac. First, there is no terminal attached to the base layer. Base layer, there is no terminal. The three regions are nearly identical in size. The size of this, the size of this, and the size of this are identical. The third difference is the doping concentrations are identical to give the device symmetrical properties. So these are the three basic difference between the transistor and diac. Now operation. How the diac works. When a positive or negative voltage is applied across the terminals of the diac, only a small leakage current, be remember, this is your IBO. It is known as small leakage current will flow through the device. As the applied voltage is increased, the leakage current will continue to flow until the voltage reach the break over voltage, VBO. Break over voltage, it is symbolized as VBO. I repeat, when a positive or negative voltage is applied across the terminals of the diac, only a small leakage current IBO will flow through the device. As the applied voltage is increased, the leakage current will continue to flow until the voltage reach to the breakover voltage. At this point, avalanche breakdown of the reverse bias junction occurs and the device exhibits negative resistance. That means current through the device increases with the decreasing value of the applied voltage. The voltage across the device then drops to break I repeat break voltage VW. VW, it is known as break voltage. So as the applied voltage is increased, the leakage current will continue to flow until the voltage reach to the breakover voltage VBO. At this point, avalanche breakdown of the reverse bias junction occurs and the device exhibits negative resistance. What is the meaning of negative resistance? That means the current through the device increases with the decreasing value of the applied voltage. Generally, when we increase the voltage, current increases, but here decreasing the voltage and the current increases. The voltage across the device then drops to the break voltage. This is our break voltage VW. This is more clearly we see with the help of characteristics. So this is the characteristics of the diode. This is the characteristics of the diode, V2I characteristics of the diode. See here from the characteristics. For applied positive voltage less than plus VBU, this is our positive voltage. This is our negative voltage. When we applied positive voltage, that means the current increase is very small. According to the voltage, current increases. But when it reaches to the VBO, VBO it is nothing but breakdown voltage. When it reaches to the VBO, then the voltage decreases and current increases. See, the current increases, current is more compared with the voltage, right? This is the breakdown of the this voltage at which the current increases and voltage decreases is known as the breakdown voltage. This is our breakdown voltage. Same way in the negative type, when we increase the negative voltage, right, current increases according to the voltage. But when it reach to the minus VBO, minus breakdown voltage, at that point again the voltage decreases and the current increases, right? This is your negative, this is your positive I, this is your V plus V minus V, this is your V2I characteristics of the diode. I repeat, for applied positive voltage less than plus VBO and negative voltage less than minus VBO, a small leakage current plus or minus IBO flows through the device. This current is known as the leakage current. This is your plus IBO, this is your minus IBO. This is known as leakage current. Under such conditions, the diode blocks the flow of current and effectively behaves as an open circuit. The voltage plus VBO and minus VBO are the breakdown voltage and usually have the range of 30 to 50 volt. So the VBO is in between plus or minus 30 to 50 volt. When the positive or negative applied voltage is equal to or greater than the breakdown voltage, if we increase more than VBO, then voltage decreases and current increases. At that time, when the positive or negative applied voltage is equal to or greater than the breakdown voltage, diode begins to conduct and the voltage drop across it becomes a few volt. That means voltage decreases few volt. Conduction then continues until the device current drops below its holding current. Note that the breakover voltage and holding current values are identical for the forward and reverse region of the operations. Diodes are usually primarily for triggering of triacs in adjustable phase control of AC mains power. So it is generally used to fire triac. Some of the circuit application of diodes are light dimming, heat control applications. First application, light dimming. Second, heat control. Third, universal motor speed control. Generally, it is used in the speed control. In detail, we discuss about the applications of the diode. Then, first of all, it used as a light dimmer. So, where is the circuit of the light dimmer? This is the circuit of the light dimmer. We can also say lamp dimmer. So, in this circuit, the basic control is by the RC variable gate voltage arrangement, right? This is your R1, this is your R2, this is your variable R. C1, C2, C3, and this is your lamp. This is your lamp. It works as a lamp dimmer, so this is your lamp. What is your input? 230 volt and frequency 50 hertz, right? This is the structure through which we can say that this is nothing but this is your triac and this is your diac. This circuitry is used for the smooth control of the AC power fed to the lamp. This permits to control the light output from the lamp. The basic control is by the RC variable gate voltage arrangement. Where is gate of the triac? This is the gate, MT1, MT2, like this. The series R4C1 circuit across the triac is designed to limit the rate of voltage rise across the device during the switch off. How the working? As the input voltage increases positively or negatively, C1 and C2 charge. This C1 and C2 charge at a rate determined primarily by R2. When the voltage across C3 exceeds the breakover voltage of the diac is fired. Now this diac is fired. This is into conducting state. The capacitor C3 discharge through this capacitor C3 discharge through the conducting diac into the gate of the triac. Hence, the triac is turned on to pass the AC power to the circuitry. And the AC power which is passing through the lamp by adjusting the value of R2. This is our variable value R, right? We can adjust this R2, the rate of change of capacitor, and hence the point at which triac will trigger on the positive or negative half cycle of the input voltage can be controlled. So with the help of R2 we can control the charging of this, right? The second application is the heat control. heat control. So the figure of the circuit is looks like this. This is 230 volt AC 50 hertz heater. This is your C1, R1, R2. R2 is variable resistor. We can vary this. So the R1, C1, we can change the value of this. This is our diac and this is our triac. This is your triac. This is your diac. From the figure, we can say that the capacitor C1 in series with the choke L. This is your choke L. Across the triac helps the capacitor C1 in series with choke L across the triac helps to slow up the voltage rise across the device during the switch off. The resistor R4 in parallel with the diac. This is your resistor R4 which is in parallel with the diac. This is your R4. The resistor R4 which is in parallel with the diac. The resistor R4 in parallel with the diac ensures smooth control at all position of the variable resistance R2. The circuit action is as follow. The working as the input voltage increases positively or negatively, C1 and C2 charge at the rate determined primarily by R2. When the voltage across C3 exceeds the breakover voltage of the diac conducts. So the diac conducts, this diac conducts, that means the flow of the current to the gate of the triac. The capacitor C3 discharge through the conducting diac into the gate of the triac. This turns on the triac and hence AC power to the heater. Hence, when it is on, AC power to the heater is given by adjusting the value of R2, variable resistance R2, any portion of the positive and negative half cycle of the supply voltage can be passed through the heater. This permits a smooth control of the heat output from the heater. So this is the application of the diac. Now we will see two example of the diac. We will see the example of the diac. So this is your first example 1. So we first draw the simple triac. We know that this is MT1, this is MT2, and this is your, we consider in this example VGT is equal to plus or minus 2. VGT is equal to plus or minus 2. What is our example? We require a small gate triggering voltage VGT to fire a triac into conduction. How will you raise the trigger level of the triac? Right? The trigger level of the triac is plus or minus 2. We want to raise the, we want to raise this level. Instead of plus or minus 2, we want to increase this level. How to increase? So solution is this. Solution is this. Connect here one diac. Connect here one diac. How it is, I will give you idea. One diac is connected in the series of the gate of the triac. This is your diac. It is connected here. Here we have to connect diac. This is your triac. MT1, MT2, and this is your diac. This diac has a, this is your A, this diac has a VBO is equal to plus or minus 20 volt, right? Solution. The rated value of VGT for triacs are generally low. See here, VGT is equal to plus or minus 2. For example, the triac shown in the figure, VGT is equal to plus or minus 2. However, we can raise the triggering level of the triac by using a diac. The circuit is now changed in this form. To increase the, instead of plus or minus 2, we increase the triggering level of the triac. We have to connect this diac here. With the diac present here, the triac can still be triggered by the both positive and negative gate voltage. However, to fire the triac into conduction, the potential VA at point A in the figure must overcome the VBO for the diac plus VGT. So this point A must be increased with the diac plus VGT. Therefore, in order to turn on the triac, the gate trigger volt signal VA must be VA is equal to plus or minus VBO plus or minus VGT. This is equal to plus or minus 20 plus or minus 2. This is equal to plus or minus 22 volt. That means now the capacity of the triac increases and it is nearly 22 volt. In this way, we raise the value of the triac. The last example for this is, where is the circuit diagram, is this. In this figure, the switch is closed. A diac, this is your switch. A diac with breakover voltage VBO is equal to 30 volt. The diac has a breakover voltage is 30 volt. This is your diac breakover voltage VBO is equal to 30 volt is connected in the circuit. If the triac has a trigger voltage of 1 volt and the triac has a trigger voltage of 1 volt and the trigger current is equal to 10 milliampere, what is the capacitor voltage that triggers the triac? What is the capacitor voltage? This voltage across the capacitor. Now when the switch is closed, the capacitor starts charging and voltage at point A, this is your point A, increases. When the voltage VA at point A becomes equal to VBO of diac plus gate triggering voltage VGT of the triac, then the triac is fired into conduction. Therefore, VA is equal to VBO plus VGT. This is equal to 30 volt plus 1 volt. This is equal to 31 volt. So the final is, this is the minimum capacitor voltage that will trigger the triac. This is the minimum capacitor voltage. When this voltage is come 31 volt, then the triac is in firing mode or in triggering mode. That's all. Thank you.